Curtis says, sounds like Jimmy G and Bad Jimmy showed up today. Okay, let's talk about it.
Let's go.
Yeah. So my question to you, 2 days in camp, has Jimmy Garoppolo improved in your opinion?
So it depends on what you're talking about improved. Okay, so what you're talking about with improved, I think in my eyes, is how many turnover worthy plays, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where throws where guys are knocking passes down. Okay, because Jimmy Garoppolo at this point in his career is who he is. That's it. Like you're not going to change how this guy is. It's short, intermediate throws, decisive, quick. Okay, look. In the same breath that he threw that pick six to Fred Warner today, he threw that pick to Jason Barrett. Once he double clutched, I went, oh no, don't. And he lined it up and he threw it, and it was literally like a punt. Jason Barrett stood there and waited for it to come down to him, and he brought it in. I don't necessarily say improved, but I did see some amazing throws today. So in contrast, this is the contrast. Literally yesterday, we did our show. We talked about average depth of target from the line of scrimmage to 5 yards. That's it, right? When it came to today, his first throw, 15 yards down the line. The out to Ayuk in the post, beautiful throw, right in the bucket. Like Ayuk didn't have to do anything but run his route and put his hands out. It's exactly how you draw it up. So for those 2 bad plays, that Ross Dwelly throw over the middle, you have to admit that was a really
perfect
nice throw.
Really like yes, that was the best throw of camp for him.
Yes. Yep. So it is good Jimmy and bad Jimmy. So he threw the pick and then he bounced back, which is what we've seen him do when he's on the field. And he he'll throw the pick, he comes right back he did well. So I don't even know if I could say improved. Because what is he improving on necessarily? It's those turnover-worthy plays, and you saw that pop up twice today. But it's practice. That's when you take your shots. You're going to take those chances. Hopefully, you don't take them in the game. So I'm interested to see where you're at with it because you've seen him for 4 days. What I saw yesterday was a guy who took every check down that he could. What I saw today was a guy who actually was throwing the ball in the middle of the field, outside the hashes. He had a beautiful throw to Mostert, too, on that wheel route. That Azeez Al-Shaair was in – yeah, Azeez Al-Shaair was absolutely in perfect position. Mostert just made a great play. It was exactly where it needed to be. So Jimmy Garoppolo actually really performed well today. It's everybody gets swept up in the 2 interceptions, and that's fine. The first one was bad. Fred Warner jumped in on a slant throw. It's like literally, so it's funny. The throws that he wasn't making, he was making, and then the throws that he was making was like those quick slants was the one that got picked. So it's almost like Fred was just sitting there like, okay, it's going to happen. It's going to come. And then he got it, So it's hard for me to say that he's improved, but he did look pretty good today in a lot of throws. And I just want to make sure that context is added.
Yeah, more context. The defense is missing 6 starters.
Yes.
Okay, no Bosa, no
Yep.
Kinlaw,
Yep.
no Ford,
Yep.
no
Tart,
Greenlaw, no Tart, no Mosley. So, and he still threw 2 picks. And my issue with the picks is, well, the first one, I mean, Warner was the flat defender. He was just there, and he threw it to him anyway. You didn't see him. You didn't look. You just threw it, pick 6. I've seen him do that before. I can't think of another quarterback in the NFL who consistently misses, doesn't see underneath linebackers. I've never seen anything like it. It's like he's been doing it for years, and I don't get it, man. He's right there. He was right there.
Right. Yeah, that one was bad. So that one was bad. That one was bad. I'm not gonna lie, that one was bad. The other one, it's like, okay, it doesn't matter. It's practice. He double clutched. Even I don't even know if he would have got it off at the right time that it would have been completed, but he had to let it go when he saw it. He double clutched it and then he let it go, and that was the worst thing he could have did at that point.
Here's the thing about the second one. So I'm a little bit closer. When it happened, Debo comes back furious. He was the intended receiver. He was open. He comes back like, what the hell? Let it go. And that's the thing that's gonna happen. Like, Jimmy's going to lose his job if he loses Debo. If Debo's out here like, I want Lance. I saw it happen with Colin Kaepernick. Like, when Alex Smith lost Michael Crabtree, it was over. As soon as Colin Kaepernick went in and Crabtree was like, yeah, that guy's great. And Vernon Davis was like, yeah, that guy's great. End of story. The team has shifted. It's on to this guy now. They all feel like he's going to make them better. And I feel like that could be happening with Debo already, because the way I look at it with Debo, he already feels like Garoppolo has made Debo seem like he's a limited player. And Lance is bringing out this deep threat aspect of his game. Could have had another touchdown today, but Jimmy botched it. And he was pissed. I saw it. So that's how Lance is going to win this. That's how Jimmy could lose the job, when he loses the stars around him.
I can't speculate on that because obviously you've been covering the team a lot longer than I have. It's a good point for sure. And he definitely had a step. I saw it too. I was like, but when he double clutched it, that was it. It was enough of a red. And one more thing, I know this has nothing to do with Jimmy Garoppolo. Deebo Samuel looks like a reborn man. And I don't know what it is. He's heard everything that everybody has said that is negative about him. And he is showing out. These last 2 days, he's been incredible. He's always open. He always seems to be in the right spot. Deebo Samuel is really working. So that in that portion, he was open. He won the route. He should be frustrated because he won the route. And I just heap praise on Jason Verrett for locking everybody up. He didn't lock up Deebo on that play. The only reason he recovered is because he had time to recover on the route. So
that's right. James says, "Who sings Radioactive? Radioactive? I don't know, but thanks for the donation."
Imagine Dragons? I don't know.
Probably. Jeremy Price says Mac Trey will be a monster, but rushing the kid just isn't right. Jeremy, I love you. I'm excited to see him too, but let's wait. Jimmy's our guy until he's not.
It's hard for me to say. I've only been there for 2 days, and I can only say what I've seen so far. I want to see what happens when the pads go on. That's what I really want to see. I think next week is going to be very, very telling when it comes to this. But Grant, I can't disagree with too many things that you've said today about what happened with Jimmy Garoppolo, the underneath linebacker. How do you not see Fred Warner, of all people, on this defense? But like I said, at the same time, there were some really good throws in there. And he started off hot. The first. The third throw, it was a completion of Raheem Mostert, but it would have been a sack. Eric Armstead actually beat Trent Williams, and he was on his way towards him. He just, they weren't going to hit him, and they just let the play go. So, but he looked good on certain throws, man. I just don't want that to get lost in the discussion.
Yeah, but Jeremy, what you're saying is you're excited to see him. What I'm telling you is the Niners are seeing him. Things are changing. They're seeing him. He's doing it day in and day out, and Jimmy Garoppolo is still Jimmy Garoppolo. So the team is getting excited. The players are getting excited. I'm just letting you know what's You haven't seen him yet, but Deebo's seen him. Deebo's seen the difference. I've seen the difference. And you're
worked out with him.
Yeah, you're going to see it too soon. I'm just letting you know. This guy. Did you hear Matt Mayoko today talk about Trey Lance? Look,
he looks like the number 3 pick.
Yes, I have the utmost respect for Matt Mayoko. Matt Mayoko is the OG of this beat. Yes. He's been on it the longest. When he talks, he has the best feel for the
organization.
He knows how the feel of the organization. And today, he's been all on Garoppolo. It's not about Lance. It's all basically the company line. Today it was
I see
Lance,
why they took him at
it's
third.
all Lance. Yeah. So it's hey man, if Mayoko's saying it, then they're probably all saying it in there. And I'm seeing it. It doesn't take hey man, Stevie Wonder can see it, man. Stevie Wonder can see that. I'm just saying, Jeremy, you're going to see it too. You're going to see it too. You're going to learn. You're going to learn today. Jason says, if Jimmy has a bad camp and the Niners can't build up trade interest, do you think they will cut him or will we just keep that contract? P.S. Love the shows. Thank you. Thank you. No, I think they can trade him, man. I think they can. If they pick up some of the money, someone's going to want him. I don't know what they'll get if he keeps throwing 2 picks in practices and he'll keep tanking his own value. But no, I think he's worth something. I do. I think it's something for him.
I think that he stays. I think that he sticks if he doesn't win the job. And as much as I don't like the idea of paying a backup quarterback $26 million, you have to think about this, right? Kyle Shanahan is tired of having backup quarterbacks that he has to go to and just know that, oh my God, I have to do almost everything. Listen, Jimmy Garoppolo is far and away better than Nick Mullins, CJ Beathard, and Jimmy Garoppolo would be the best backup quarterback in football. There, I said it easily. If that's the case. If that's what happens, that's what happens. So I think that this team is primed to try to make a run this year. So if, God forbid, something happens to Trey Lance, let's say he starts. So God forbid something happens to him. Maybe he starts playing bad, or maybe, God forbid, he gets injured. God forbid he gets injured. Having that comfort of knowing that you could turn it back over to Jimmy Garoppolo, who can execute the offense at least to some level. And, you've shown that you can win, especially with a good running game and defense. Let me just play the safe role. I'm going to take in all the safe bets, Grant. All the safe bets. That's it. I'm going to take all the safe bets. So I like the idea of that as much as I don't like the idea of paying him that much money. And also, I think that I don't know what he's worth at this point on the trade value. I really don't. And it may just be better for them to hold on to him this year, have him as a backup quarterback as insurance for Lance, and then just get rid of him next year.
First, I'm sorry, I just had a visceral reaction when you said it. First, 49ers first take says, thought you were being hard on her with the McKinnon comment, but you're 100% right. Hey, man, dude didn't even show up to practice today. Yeah, they said it was a maintenance day. Then he's not there the second day. I'm like, okay, well, then what's the real story?
Listen, For everything that they said about D Ford retiring, he's been out there every single day, man. I don't know, bro. I'm nervous
if
now.
D Ford can show up every day, then where the hell is Jalen Hurts?
I'm nervous. I'm very nervous. I'm not going to bring up the drafting again because I was getting killed in the comments for saying that, they passed on Terry McLaurin for Hurd, but they did. All right, so I said it. But I'm nervous. I really am nervous. Yesterday, so for Coach to come out and say it was a maintenance day yesterday and for them to just not say anything about him today at all. Come on, please.
Jalen, where are you? We're waiting to see you, Jalen. It's year 3.
I like that you said it.
We'll see you Monday.
Imagine dragging these balls on your face. Damn, you got me. Boom.
Wow. I can't believe I did.
You set me up for the joke and I got it right. That was great. He nailed that.